What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to install Elastic on Debian, and we're going to be doing this very much in the same way that we did the DNS server, and we're going to be using Docker and Docker Compose. We're actually putting two containers on the machine. We're going to put an Elastic container, which is a database, and a Kibana container, which is a web interface for interacting with the database. So to get started, let's take a look at the network that we have already. So right now we have three machines and a router. We have our Windows machine, which uses this pfSense router to get to the internet, and also the host machine. And we have a Debian server right now that's running DNS on port 53. So what we're going to do is we're going to install Elastic on port 9200, and then Kibana on port 5601. And this will give us the ability to catch records from the Windows machines once we get a log shipper installed on those. So to get started, we're going to need to get the necessary files, and I believe we have them in under the how-tos and Elastic setup. So the first thing I'm going to want to get is this Docker Compose file. I do not want to open it, just want to download it. Let's see. Create a new folder for it so I don't get it mixed up. And that looks like all I need right now. So I'm going to open up Visual Studio and connect to my remote machine. All right, it shows me connected. I have my certificate installed, so I didn't have to type a password. And I'm going to open that Docker Compose file I have. So I'm going to do a local open. See, there it is. Open that. And we can see everything's right there. So now I want to move this to my Linux machine. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it Docker Compose.yml. And it will be in my home directory. So I'll go back here. Let's see. So just hit Control A to select everything. I'll copy it. I'll paste it in there. And I'll save that. So from here, I should be able to just drag open my terminal. Do an ls to make sure everything's fine. And become root so I can copy it to roots folder. Okay, so first I'll make a folder for it to copy to. And then I'll run it using the -D option. That will take just a brief moment to download, and then everything should run automatically after that. Okay, everything's finished downloading, and now it is setting it up. Or actually, Elastic was downloaded and set up. Now it's pulling down Kibana, and it's going to set that up. Right, once you get those two green dones, that means everything is finished. So just to figure out what's happening in the background, let's type in Docker PS, and we can see that everything is running. So since, to give it a quick check, let's go back to my browser. Type in the IP address. First I'll do the elastic one. And we get something like this, which is a description of the elastic server, and that's good. So next, let's go with our Kibana port. And we get that, which means that Kibana is set up properly. So that's good. We do need to do one more step, and that is to go into the DNS server and set up a record so that Windows can see it. So we will go to our system, our Debian box with no port specified, and we'll go in and change and create a DNS record. That way we won't have to specify the IP address. So from there we'll go to, once we get into the DNS server, we'll go to local DNS, DNS records, and we're going to call this one elastic.lab, and we're going to give it the IP address of our Debian machine. Okay, and that should be about all we have to do for that. And just to make sure that everything is working properly, I'm going to go to our Windows machine and we're going to make sure that we can see Elastic using its DNS requests. So we go here, we'll open up a private window. Just go to Elastic Lab 9200, and if we see this, then that means everything is working properly and that our Windows system can see the Elastic server. So at this point, we're ready to put Sysmon and WinLogBeat on our Windows box, and tune in for the next video to see that. Thank you very much and have fun.